Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Tim will be here in a little bit of adjustments, obviously, not in the normal recording studio. Classes are back up and running. So Monday through Thursday will start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a little bit of programming changes here. Earlier start times. We got that. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, which we only have 8 MLB games to go over for today's small slate. And I believe we have all the lines too, if I'm not mistaken. As we have, where's all the games? There they are. Nope, we're missing we're missing 2 lines. We don't have the line to Miami, San Diego, and we do not have the line for St. Louis and Pittsburgh. We got every other line, though, ready to go. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to recap what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting, and then we'll get into it. Not a good day. The nightmare of August continues. June and July were amazing, and August has fallen off the face of the earth. Red Sox, first 5 push. They were up 1-0 in the first. Did not score after that in the first 5. Ended up pushing there. Tigers first 5 with the win. The Guardians team total under would have hit as well if I ended up pulling the trigger on that. Pittsburgh, Minnesota, first 5 over 5.5. Full game over 9.5. Both were losers. Dallas Keuchel threw a perfect game through like 6 innings. It was stupid. I don't get it. The Mets, Cardinals, first 5 over 5.5. I thought had life. The Cardinals scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to make it 3-2. They had a guy on second, nobody out. I'm like, ooh, maybe, nope. So that was a loser, but the full game over did get there, 7-3 final on that one. Unfortunately, the Mets team total over 4.5 did not get there. Milwaukee and Texas, first 5 under 4.5 was a winner. That was a sweat. It was looking really good, and then all of a sudden, bam, it was 3-1. And then that was the end of the 5th. So that was nice. And then ended off with a loss. Baltimore and Oakland, first 5 under 4.5 was a loser. As Baltimore scored each of the first 4 innings, it was 7-0 in the 4th. So frustrating on that one. The NFL went 1-0. We had only the Saints minus 3.5, and the Saints got the job done. So that was nice. CFL was unbelievably frustrating. Turnovers for the BC Lions, just beat them up all game. First half minus 6.5, full game under 10, and they gave way too many short fields to Saskatchewan. That team total under was dead in the first half. So an 0-3 end to week 11 after a crazy good week 10. Week 11 took a big step back. 2-1 in the WNBA. Got the first game. The Wings team total over 85.5. The full game over 165.5. That was rather easy. But the over 160 in Chicago, Connecticut did not get there. I think it ended up finishing at like 152. So 2-1, up 0.45 units in the WNBA. Overall, 9-6-1, down 3.24 units yesterday. And overall in August, 170, 183, and 13. So not very good in the month of August, down 20.94 units. I don't think I'm getting back. Obviously, I'm not getting back in the black here this month. I'm just going to try to fight to get as close to that as possible. And we have a small baseball slate to try to do that today. I have not made any moves on any baseball games so far. So we'll just be I'll be making moves throughout the card. But, yeah. Markel saying, morning, my guy. Morning. But we will get into it here. The San Francisco Giants are at the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies minus 150 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's get up the line history here between the Phillies and the Giants. Line opened up at 165. It's down to a 149. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. Now it is an 8.5 at even money. So a 15-cent line movement towards this under and a 16-cent line movement towards the Giants in this spot here. Let me switch from football to baseball here for cash flow for this one. We have 28% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the Phillies, and the line moved towards the Giants. We have 36% of the tickets and 62% of the cash is on the under in this game. So looks like decent sharp money coming in on the under here in this one. Let's switch this over to the 21st. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal for this one. Citizens Bank Park plus 4% runs, plus 13% home runs, 3% doubles, triples, minus 3% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, we have Aaron Nola, and it's going to be Scott Alexander. So it's going to be a bullpen game here for the Giants. So not too much we have to go over here with Alexander. I don't believe he's going to go more than 3 innings. Usually he doesn't. In his last few starts, 0.1, 1, 1.2, 1. So he's not going to go really more than 2 innings if he goes that far. And then let's take a look real quick. What will be the primary guy? I think it's going to be probably Sean Manaea. Usually they go from Alexander to Manaea, and Manaea is the long relief guy. Let's just double check that before I put that out there, because then I'll need to switch my numbers for the Phillies from righties to lefties. For this one, the game against San Francisco is not a part of the DK slate. Outstanding. So I have to go back here to lobby. I just need to figure out who the is. Do they just not have? They just don't have the Giants there. Oh, outstanding. I would like to know who the primary is going to be. I want to say it's Sean Manaea, but I'm gonna project Sean Manaea, but I believe it will be him. Let's take a look here at the pitching matchup here. Aaron Nola, 6 ERA, 1.52 WHIP, 11.33 strikeouts per 9, 28%. 3 walks per 9, a 361 BABIP, but a 4.63 FIP and a 3.72 SIERA suggests we should see some positive regression here from Nola. And on the opposite side, obviously, we have the bullpen game for the San Francisco Giants. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Giants here. 3.43 FIP, 3.74 SIERA compared to 4.07 and 4.08. Hitting advantage does go towards the Phillies here. 107 WRC plus, which is 13th, compared to 64, which is dead last. If we want to look at what the Phillies do against left-handed pitching real quick, they, in the last 30 days, are 123 WRC plus, which is 9th. So they actually hit lefties pretty well in this one. But looking at this spot, I kind of feel like this game plays to an under in this game. And I want to see what we can get for this first 5 under in this spot. With it being an 8.5, I can get a 4.5 here. I really like this first 5 under 4.5. I think this could be a little bit of a sleepy bat spot here for the Philadelphia Phillies coming in off of the Sunday night baseball game. And the Giants are just plain simply not hitting. So I'm going to start off today's slate with the first 5 under 4.5 here between the Giants and the Phillies in this one. There we go. Morning crew, morning Fernando. Leaving now, be home at 20. There you go. Giants money line for Tim. Sunday night baseball fade. I get that. I lean that direction. I feel like the value is better with the under in this game than it is with the side, though. Lean Giants and the over. Let's ride. Giants money line, but I need them to hit for me. That's it. Yeah, that's the big question mark here. They're dead last versus righties the last 30 days. They're not hitting. Morning, Marlins and Padres keep changing pitchers. Yeah, it looks like Waka for the Pirates instead of Snell. And I'm seeing Weathers or Cueto for the Marlins. I got no line for the game. We're not going to be going over that game on the slate because I have no way, or I don't have a line for it. So shout out to everybody. What up, my guy? What is good? Razor Sharp Picks. in the chat here. We'll keep moving on here. We have the second game of the slate, the Chicago Cubs and the Detroit Tigers. The Cubs are only minus 115 favorites here, total of 9 in this spot. The Tigers have been a little bit better than I thought this year, a little bit. I was looking at the standings. They're only 10 games under, and I thought this was going to be a team that's going to lose 95 games. This line opened up at a 145 for the Cubs. It's down all the way to a 116. So a big line movement here towards the Chicago Cubs in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's now to a 9. So a line movement towards the over and a line movement towards those Detroit Tigers in this spot. Taking a look at the cash flow, 40% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on Detroit in this game. 53% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over. Where it looks like it's going to be Javier Assad for this game. And it's going to be Alex Faedo on the other side here for the Tigers. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal here for this game. Comerica Park is actually the second best hitting conditions on the slate. There's only one ballpark today with at least 10% runs. Everything else is in the single digits, negative or positive. This is the second best at 6%. Minus 2% home runs, minus 1% doubles, triples, but plus 10% singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Alex Faedo. Where is this matchup? There we go. Alex Faedo and Javier Assad. Javier Assad is mainly a bullpen guy. He's a long relief guy, so he has the ability to go deep into games. When we look at what he's done, he's gone 6-7 the last 2 games against Toronto and Chicago, so they have stretched him out. 1.61 ERA, 0.96 WHIP. 6.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 3.54 walks per 9, a 192 BABIP, a 3.94 FIP, and a 4.70 SIERA. Alex Faedo on the other side, 1.73 ERA, 0.78 WHIP. He's been good, actually, the last little bit. 7.47 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 4.02 walk rate, a 111 BABIP, a 4.79 FIP, and a 4.90 SIERA. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Cubbies in this game, 4.29 FIP and a 4.02 SIERA, compared to 4.40 and 4.11 for the Tigers. The hitting advantage does go towards the Cubbies in this one here, 137 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 107, which is 12th. Both these pitchers have been pitching really good as of late, but their advanced numbers suggest that they're kind of maybe getting a little lucky here, and they should be getting hit a little bit harder. And I think these offenses can take advantage of that. The Cubs are really hitting well right now. And I can see that on the other side, the Tigers be able to get to Faedo as well. So I think this plays out pretty well to an over. The lines move towards the over in this game, even though 53% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over. The lines moved up half a run. I think this is a game where you can see an over here in this spot, and I can get it at a 9 at even money. And that's and I would lean towards maybe a Tigers play here as well. But I'm just going to play the over 9 in this spot. I think this has a little bit of value here at even money. Over 9, Tigers and Cubs for me in this one. Gambler's first glance. There we go. Phillies and Giants under 8.5. I'm on that first 5 under 4.5, so I like to hear that. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are going to win today. The markets are suggesting the Motor City Kitties might get to those Cubbies, though. I really don't want anything to do with the side, but the total, I do like the over. We'll move on here. Third game on the slate. The New York Mets are at the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are minus 205 favorites with a total of 10 in this game. Let's get into this one here. We have David Peterson and Winans for the Braves. This line opened up at a minus 210. It's down to a minus 205, so a 5-cent line movement towards the Mets here in this spot. And the line opened up at a 10 minus 105. It's now to a 10 at minus 124. I understand the line movement. These are two untrustworthy pitchers, I think, in this spot. Taking a look at the cash flow here, see if it represents a move towards the Mets and a move towards the over. We have 94% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on the Braves. The lines move towards the Mets with only 6% of the tickets and 36% of the cash. 83% of the money tickets are on the over. We do not have a cash flow on this over here. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal in this spot here, where we have Truist Park, plus 4% runs, plus 11% home runs, minus 8% double triples, plus 5% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here in this one, I originally had Bryce Edler in this game, and it's going to be Winans. Let's take a look. Let me update my spreadsheet for Allen Winans here, because I originally had Edler. It looks like because it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be Edler, and they switched it up. So there we go. Allen Winans, I believe, has only made one start, if I'm not mistaken, and it was against these New York Mets. So the Mets have seen him, I believe, as well. It was supposed to be he was part of the 21-3 game that the Braves won on August 12th. He has not pitched in the pros in 9 days, but he did go 7 innings, gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, 9 strikeouts. Previous to that, he gave up 2 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts in 4 1/3 against the Brewers. This is the second time the Mets will be able to see Mr. Winans here, and I think that there might be some value here on the Mets. Let's get into the pitching matchup here. David Peterson has been though that's the big question here, whether or not you want to trust David Peterson. 2.08 ERA, 1.62 WHIP, 9.35 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 6.75 walks per 9, 3.25 BABIP, a 5.28 FIP, and a 5 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Braves, 3.82 FIP, 3.84 SIERA compared to 4.98 FIP and a 4.37 SIERA. The hitting advantage does go towards the Atlanta Braves here, 138 WRC plus, which is 6th against lefties compared to the Mets, 109, which is 9th here in this spot. I feel like the over is the look, and if you want to back the Mets and not have to worry about Mr. David Peterson here, I think the best way to do that is that team total over with the New York Mets here in this spot, which you can get at 4.5 at plus money. I feel like that's the best way to approach this game. If you want to take a big shot with the Mets here at plus 165 in the first 5 innings, I don't fault you as well. I'm leaning towards that direction. I just don't know what to expect from Allen Winans. He just saw the Mets here, so I think that could be a nice little factor for the Mets. They saw him just recently. I'm going to move on this. I'm going to move on the team total over 4.5 for the New York Mets at plus 108 in this spot. I think that the Mets are able to get to win-ins here, so Mets team total over 4.5 here for me, plus 108. I lean towards the full game over. I lean towards the Mets first 5 as well. Just not going to move on it here. Braves minus 4.5. Yeah, seems like free money. But Alonso hits number 40 today. There you go. And Markel finds that funny. We will move on to the next matchup here, the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago White Sox. The Mariners are minus 185 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's get into it here. Luis Castillo and Touki Toussaint is your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 190, and now it's at a 183. So it's been a 7-cent line movement towards the White Sox since the opening line. The line opened up at a 190 and immediately dropped to 175, and since then it's moved back up to 183. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's now at an 8.5 at minus 105. So a move towards the under here and a move towards the White Sox, suggesting that maybe Touki pitches well here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one, see if it represents that. 44% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on the under in this game, which I agree with. 93% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the Mariners in this game as well. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal in this one, which has this stadium here at a plus 1%, 15% home run rate, 14% doubles, triples, and 1% singles, 1% runs as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, we have Touki Toussaint and Luis Castillo. Castillo 4.03 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, 10.42 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 2.13 walks per 9, a 290 BABIP, a 3.79 FIP, and a 3.45 SIERA. On the flip side, Touki Toussaint 5.47 ERA 1.52 whip, 9.91 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 6.49 walks per nine, a 246 BABIP, but a 5.81 FIP and a 5.21 SIERA. Open advantage does go towards the Mariners here, 3.15 FIP, 3.68 SIERA compared to 4.65 and 4.14. And the hitting advantage goes towards the Mariners here as well, 123 WRC plus, which is third, compared to 81, which is 29th. And the markets are kind of pointing me towards the under in this game here in this spot. And the big question mark is, what are we going to get from Touki Toussaint here? I think he pitches well here. At home. He hasn't been – I don't think he's been terrible, if I remember right. I might be remembering wrong. But, yeah, never mind. The last 3 starts, he's given up at least 3 earned runs, and he's gone max 5 1/3 innings pitched here. But previous to that, he went no earned runs over 3 hits in 5 innings against the Guardians. But I don't think he's extremely trustworthy. I would be hoping that Castillo just shuts down the White Sox lineup here. I think this is going to end up being a pass for me in the spot. I would have liked to get to the Mariners in this spot, but just the market's not allowing me to do that. So this is going to end up just being a pass for me here in this spot. So just a pass. Game the Mets first 5 over 5.5. Would you play that? That's not a bad look, especially if you expect these pitchers to struggle. I could definitely see that as well. If the Mets go up early, then line bet the Braves. I mean, you very well could. I'm just taking Peterson out of it, and I'm just hoping that the Mets put up 5 runs. That's all I'm really planning on doing in this game is just doing that. Mariners run line, White Sox team total under after they leave Coors. I can see that. Which let me take a look at what that is real quick, because I expect Castillo to shove, but a team total under 1.5 is not something I really want to mess with here. But I do think that Castillo can come out there and give us 6 innings of 1-run baseball for sure. I think that could be a decent look there as well. Under 4.5, first 5 for the Mariners and the White Sox. I do lean that direction. I do. I just, for whatever reason, just not gonna pull the trigger on it. But definitely leaning that way. Oh no! What? Stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. All right, that's probably a reference that just went completely over my head. I'm on the Mariners -2. They hot. Yeah, they've been good lately. They are all of a sudden in the division race out of nowhere. So we'll move on here. A team they're trying to catch here, a team that they just came off of a sweep against, Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. Houston Astros -125 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this spot with James Paxton and Christian Javier. Line opened up at a 130. It's down to a 123, so a line movement towards the Red Sox, and opened up at an 8.5. It's up to a 9. So a line movement towards the over and a line movement towards Boston here in this spot. And let's take a look at this game. We have the Red Sox coming in off of a sweep against the Yankees. Big series sweep for them. 66% of the tickets, 70% of the cash is on the Astros. Oh, no, it just moved. 65% of the tickets, 64% of the cash on the Astros. 67% of the tickets and 51% of the cash is on the over here in this spot. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal for this one. Fenway Park today. Nope, my bad. It's Minute Maid. -6% runs as usual with the roof closed. We have Paxton and Javier. Paxton, 2.96 ERA, 1.55 whip, 8.23 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 1.98 walks per nine, a 3.21 BABIP, a 4.47 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. I can see him getting hit a little bit here. Javier on the other side, 4.85 ERA, 1.27 whip, 7.96 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 5.19 walks per nine, a 200 BABIP, but a 6.07 FIP and a 5.74 SIERA. he's not been very good. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Red Sox here. 4.41 FIP, 3.98 SIERA compared to 5.04 and 4.45. The hitting advantage here, let me get up the Astros versus lefties, 154 WRC plus. They are smashing lefties. And for the Red Sox, 107 WRC plus, which is 11th. I think the Astros can smash Paxton tonight. He's not been as good as of late here. And even though the line's moving towards the Astros, I think this is a line moving towards the Red Sox. I think this is a good spot to take the Astros team total over. I do worry about Javier in this spot, so that's why I like the team total over and the full game over here in this one. I think you want to back the Astros when they're facing lefties. You want to back their offense when they're facing lefties, and they are getting a lefty here in this spot. So I'm going to grab the Houston Astros here. Team total over 4.5. It's a minus 108, and a full game over 9 at minus 107. I see this as a nice opportunity for some runs in this game. So I do like the over here in this spot, over 9, and then a little bit of the Astros team total over 4.5 here at minus 108. Giants first 5, maybe. I could definitely see that. Rough Riders. Yeah, that was frustrating. That was really, really frustrating last night. Houston, we got a problem. Red Sox money line. Fair. Not baseball related, but I'm taking the Skins money line over the Ravens. Any thoughts on the side of the total? I did do a free pick video last night on that game, and I am on the Washington Commanders. I got them at plus 110. And I'm kind of interested in maybe taking them first half as well. All the money, all the tickets are coming in on the Ravens. We all know that this team only wins in the preseason. I can get plus a half at minus 120 here with the Commanders in the first half as well. I like the Commanders here in this spot. And I'm probably going to double down and take them first half as well. I like the over 9 in the Astros game. Yes, me too. Kind of like the under in the preseason. I don't know where to think about that. Yeah. It's a 41 now? Is it really a 41? That was a 38 last. No, it's 37.5. It is 37.5. So, no, it's not a 41. Good call. I see what you did there, Tim. Yeah. On the CFL last night. I could not have been any more wrong on the CFL last night, and that was incredibly frustrating. Yeah, but I definitely taking my team to end the Ravens streak. There you go. I had BC. It sucked. Yeah. All of a sudden, Dolagala turned into Patrick Mahomes, and he was moving that offense. In the first half, he really wasn't, though. It was just the short fields he was given. So it was a frustrating game, but it is what it is. We move on. We got 3 games remaining on the slate here. The LA Angels and the Cincinnati Reds. The Angels are minus 135 favorites in this game with a total of 9 here in this spot. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here in this game between Ashcraft and Giolito. Line opened up at a 130. It did get all the way down to a minus 113 at one point, but it's all the way back to a minus 130. So there's been no line movement here on the side. And line opened up at a 9 at minus 115. It's now a 9 at minus 110. So a 5-cent line movement towards the under, and no line movement on the total. There was a lot of movement overnight, but since the opening line, no movement there. Looking at where the money is coming in on this game, we have 45% of the tickets and 57% of the cash is on the Angels. So the bigger bets are coming in on the Angels, so nothing crazy. 47% of the tickets and 68% of the cash is on the under, expecting Giolito and Ashcraft to pitch well here today. And when we look at ballpark pound here in this spot, we have Angel Stadium at minus 1% runs, plus 9% home runs, minus 5% doubles, triples, minus 3% singles. The pitching matchup here, Giolito and Ashcraft. Let me put in Giolito's team. Because my spreadsheet still has him half on the White Sox, half on the Angels. There we go. Ashcraft has been good. 2.52 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, 6.18 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 2.52 walks per nine, a 231 BABIP, a 4.68 FIP, and a 4.62 Sierra, compared to Lucas Giolito, who's been bad, 6.58 ERA, 1.62 WHIP, 9.69 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 4.15 walks per nine, a 338 BABIP, a 5.84 FIP, and a 4.48 Sierra. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Angels in this game here, 4.59 FIP, 4.26 Sierra compared to 5.05 and 3.91. Hitting advantage goes towards the Reds here, 95 WRC plus, which is 20th, compared to 86, which is 26th. I kind of want to back Ashcraft in this spot here as a little bit of a dog in this one. The line has completely just the money line moved a lot, but then it's come right back to where it started at. Kind of looking at the Reds early in this game at plus 115 with backing Ashcraft in this spot. It's just a lean at the moment, but I'm kind of thinking that the Reds maybe look here early. And welcome, Tim, to the show.
Yes. Sorry, there'll be days that I'm late because you start earlier. And it is what it is. I am on the Reds today. And it was actually one of the games I forgot to add into balling out. I want to fade Giolito at all costs. He has not been good since joining the Angels. He hasn't really been good all year, but since joining the Angels, he's allowed 16 earned runs in 15 innings. So over a run an inning. Not to mention, I know part of them were on the White Sox. The teams that he played, he pitched for those games, 2-8 their last 10. Not particularly good. And I don't foresee it getting better because the Angels are still going to be pretty rough throughout the rest of the year. We make fun of them every day, but that they were the biggest failures of the trade deadline. And I want to go after Ashcraft. I like Ashcraft. I think he's going to have a solid performance. So I'll be on the Reds to start off, Nick.
Yeah, I like it. I just placed the bet. Reds first 5 plus 115. And the bullpens are about a toss-up. So if you like the full game as well, I don't hate it. But I think I'm only going to be moving on the first 5 here. I want to specifically back Ashcraft in this spot.
Okay.
Back to the chat, Tim.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to... Supness. Got the Nats live. Money line plus 140. Need to hit the lab today. How did you get them live at plus 140? They were up like 4-0 in the first.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes, it was a dirt ticket. Gotcha. Ashcraft has been good recently. Yes. F it. I'm on the Reds. F them Angels. Let's get it. First 5, I should say. Gotcha. Yo. Must have been a good day for Joe. It was not a good day for me. I'm fading Boston off of a Yankee sweep. I
like that look.
I'm not. I'm going to keep backing the team that's winning. I'm going to keep fading the team that's losing. Right now, the Astros are losing and the Red Sox are winning. So I'm going to take the Red Sox. You went 2-1 in the WNBA. Lynx spread, Storm winning. Mercury had a disappointment loss. So did Chargers.
I was happy that the Chargers lost there. I needed that Saints win after that BC Lions game. I needed that Saints win.
F them Angels. Clap, 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 clap. F them. I got to be on the Ravens tonight. No. You don't have to.
Do you?
Call me. Is there player props for?
No, not for the preseason.
Washington Commanders money line parlay with Keaton Mitchell anytime touchdown. Thank you very much. Royals, Reds, Rangers. I'm on the Reds.
I don't think we have a line for the. We do not have a line for the. Oh, we do have a line for the Rangers. That's the last game we'll go over.
I like Cincy. Yep, me too. I keep preseason winning streak going. Good luck to you, Joe.
I mean, there's no way the Ravens lose a game, right? They've won 24 in a row and they're only minus 130.
Real quick, Nick, I'm gonna load some stuff up. We said you lean Giants. You're okay with that one over in the Mets Seattle run line?
Sure. How that works.
And then
we'll go to the marquee matchup of the day now.
Yes.
The Oakland Athletics are minus 125 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one between Tucker Davidson and Paul Blackburn. Line did open up at a 135. It's down to a 126, so a 9-cent line movement towards the Royals here in this one. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It is still an 8.5 at even money. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it represents a line movement towards the Royals here. In this spot, 58% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the over, or on the Royals in this game. 86% of the tickets, 75% of the cash is on the over. The line's not moved, though, for that total, so they're not really worried about all of that over money. Oakland Coliseum, minus 5% overall runs, minus 9% home runs, plus 5% double triples, minus 4% singles. So it doesn't look like a very hitter-friendly atmosphere either. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, I only had Paul Blackburn typed in. I did not have Tucker Davidson typed in. So let me quickly type in Tucker Davidson. I don't think, if I'm mistaken, I don't think he's pitched. He has, and he's been bad. Let me take a look at how many games he's pitched, though, because I don't recall seeing this guy's name much for the Royals. Okay, it's a bullpen game.
I was about to say, sorry, it was a bullpen. It's Tucker Davidson's bullpen game. He actually used to play for LA, the Angels.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
So yeah, a little bit of a bullpen game. So now I need to now I want to take a look here. If it's going to be, maybe it's Austin Cox coming in, maybe it's Cayos coming in as the long relief guy. I want to take a look at who is coming in for long relief here in this spot for the Royals. Alec Marsh. It's going to be Alec Marsh coming in. So they're going to see a righty after about an inning of the lefty here in Tucker Davidson in this spot. So I can disregard here Davidson's numbers. Paul Blackburn's been good. 2.10 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 3.3 walks per 9, a 337 BABIP, a 323 FIP, and a 4.22 SIERA. What I am going to do is I'm going to switch out Tucker Davidson. I want to take a look at Alec Marsh's stats. Or is it Alec? I said Alec Marsh. Yeah, Alec Marsh. I want to see what he's done lately, because we're going to see more of him, and he's not been very good. 5.87 ERA, 1.83 WHIP, 7.83 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 6.26 strikeouts per 9 or walks per 9, a 313 BABIP, a 696 FIP, and a 5.63 SIERA. Bullpen games can be tricky though. And for the bullpen advantage, it actually goes towards the Oakland Athletics here. 5.09 FIP, 4.81 SIERA compared to 5.62 and 4.87. Hitting advantage is actually going towards the Royals here. I think they can get to Paul Blackburn in the spot. 125 WRC plus, which is 5th in baseball against righties, when Oakland has 104 WRC plus, which is 16th against righties. For that first inning, Oakland is 86 WRC plus, which is 19 against lefties. I kind of think the Royals are the look in this game as a small dog in this one. On the road, and I know probably we look at it and the Royal or the Athletics as a favorite look very enticing because they're never favorites. But I kind of lean towards this this Royals first 5 money line in this spot at plus 120 in this game. The marquee matchup, and I lean KC here. In this spot, they've been hitting pretty well lately. If you want to get their team total over, it's only a 3.5 here at minus 134. I kind of lean that direction as well, but I lean Royals here first 5.
I will say when I did, because I did a free pick video for this one last night on the Picks and Parleys channel, and according to DK, the Royals were minus 120. Now it's flipped. You get Blackburn versus a bullpen game. I think DK.
Yeah, it was that for like a second, and then it went right to plus 102. So I would disregard that.
Okay. I saw it enough in order to put it in. Whatever it was.
It was never my. No,
we've
it was.
we've seen in my eyes, we've seen the Royals go from a favorite to a dog. So I like Oakland in this matchup. And if there's a pitcher on the Oakland Athletics I'm going to trust, it is Paul Blackburn. Both teams suck, and once again, I am very disappointed in you, Nick.
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help.
I think 3 times is good enough for it.
Yeah. I think that DK book is an outlier because every other book I've looked at opened up this line around 130. So just make sure you find the right lines when you do it. But yeah, I'm going to move on the KC Royals first 5 here.
I'm going to ride the wave.
Beautiful, beautiful matchup. I'm going to take plus 120 in the first 5 innings. I can see the Oakland A's coming back and winning full game, but I'll take the Royals first 5 here plus 120.
Good luck to you.
Back to the chat.
Oh, okay. Even the Undertaker streak ends. Which his thing. Hey yo. Royals, no. Reds, yes. Rangers, yeah. Ravens, no. Reds and Arsenal. I like the over in the Arsenal game. I feel like the books are begging you to bet Commanders. Not really.
No, everybody.
No, you got a team that's on a big winning streak, and they're what? To pick them?
Yep.
I mean, the team.
I think you're gonna hear everyone tout the.
How long? And it's a pick 'em? Come on, dude. What are you looking at? A's as favorites. I know, right? I like the Reds. One of my favorite plays today. Yep. I'm begging myself to put more money on this on Washington money line because it's preseason.
The best way to do that is split it first half and full game because I just bet the first half plus a half at minus 120 and I got the full game plus 110.
Oakland on the low has won me a lot of money this season. Thanks. I like them as a dog, to be honest. LOL. One more time for this F it all. That's what I was feeling. I see plus 100, plus 110 on Commanders. Seems desperate.
No, how does that seem 200 earlier in the week?
Joe, how does that seem desperate? They're getting all the money all over Baltimore, and they're moving it the opposite way. I don't know. USA basketball? No. Come on. They got a quarterback advantage for sure. All I will say is Keaton Mitchell scored a touchdown for the Ravens tonight. That's the only player I'll be rooting for on the Ravens. Go Keaton. Deuces.
But we'll head into the last game of the day, the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks, minus 155 for Texas, total of 9.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot here between Jordan Montgomery and Sissoni. Is your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 151. It's up to a minus 153, so a 2-cent line movement towards the Rangers here. Line opened up at a 9.5 at even money. It's a 9.5 minus 106, so a 6-cent line movement towards the over and a 2-cent line movement towards the Rangers here in this spot. See if the cash flow represents 78% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the Rangers, and it's only moved 2 cents, which is kind of interesting there. 38% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the under in this game, and I believe the line had moved towards the over, right? If I'm not mistaken, the line had moved towards the over 6 cents. But the lines moved that direction, so kind of interesting there. We have Jordan Montgomery, and it is Sissoni. I think that's a bullpen game for the Slake Coney, who actually went 4 innings in his last start against Colorado. So let's grab his numbers here to put into the spreadsheet for this game, so I can cap this one correctly. Because there was no pitcher listed last night when I put my spreadsheet together for this one. Texas and Arizona. All right. We have they don't have Sissoni's numbers in my spreadsheet. Outstanding. But on the other side, 3.90 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, For Jordan Montgomery, 8.10 walks per nine, which is 21%, 2.4 or strikeouts per nine, 2.4 walks per nine, which and a 3.02 BABIP, a 4.19 FIP, and a 4.27 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Rangers here ever so slightly, 5.01 FIP, 3.94 Sierra compared to 4.96 and 4.08. And the hitting advantage goes towards the Rangers, 115 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 89, which is 17th. I feel like this line could be a little wide in this game. I don't know if I particularly trust Arizona's bullpen for a bullpen game here, though. But Sissoni, I'm totally botching this guy's name, Slade.
He's pitched 3 times. 2 of them were
3 times. Yeah,
yeah,
but he's looked fine. But he did pitch against San Fran and Colorado, and gave up 2 earned runs each to those teams. And those are not the hardest hitting teams in the world. This is definitely a much better lineup he's facing in the Rangers today. But I think there's maybe a little bit of an edge here with these Arizona Diamondbacks here, and I think I want to back them early in the spot. The Rangers are coming in off of getting swept in their last series, so this is a team that's finally starting to maybe hit a skid here in this one. 15-cent difference between the first 5 and the full game. I'm going to grab the Diamondbacks first 5 here at plus 125. I think that the Rangers are a bet against team going forward here a little bit, and I think we can get some value here early with the Diamondbacks. So I'm going to take the first 5 here at plus 125 with Arizona.
Yeah, and I know we just had a stretch of a bunch of games where Arizona looked bad. They've looked good now. They've won 5 out of 6 and 7 out of 9. So they're actually starting to look a lot better, including taking 3 out of 4 from San Diego in San Diego, which is very impressive to see. Or I don't know if impressive is the right word, but it's good to see them kind of bounce back after having a really, really rough stretch. And they're right back in the conversation for wild card places. Completely out of it for division, but they're in talks with the wild card now. I do like the I'm going to go with the Arizona Diamondbacks as well in this game, because you look at Texas, they've been struggling too. I believe their loss yesterday makes they got swept by the Milwaukee Brewers and have now lost 4 straight games. Now, the last time they won, Montgomery was on the mound, but I'm not really too worried about it because it was against Lucas Giolito. So I do like the Arizona Diamondbacks in this matchup. I'll be grabbing them on the money line as well.
I like it. I feel like we're finally starting seeing this. The frustrating part about that sweep that when the Brewers swept the Rangers was the Astros gained nothing on that.
But they didn't lose anything.
They didn't lose anything, but they didn't gain anything.
And it made the AL West a lot more fun now that Seattle's involved in it now. I think that's great for baseball, or at least for that division, that there's 3 teams going at it. For a while, we just thought it was going to be a blowout. And now you get Seattle, who's a half game behind Houston and 3 games back for the division. That's awesome to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it continues for Seattle. I think it
does.
I don't think they win the division, which is probably very easy to say.
I think they still have a shot.
I still think Houston finishes above them. Personally,
I don't know about that. I think Houston will win a wild card spot. I don't think they win the division. I think Seattle has a real shot to win the division.
Fair.
That should be all the games for today.
Yep. Back to the chat here. Good morning, ESP, says Nathan Cerna. I don't know. I'll feel better betting on the Ravens and losing than betting against the winning streak and losing and feeling silly. It's fair. Hundley guy is exciting to watch. I can think of a few teams he can start on. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he's decent. He's a good backup, probably for the Commanders.
Don't the Commanders still have the one guy from UNC?
Yeah, they have Sam Howell starting. I'm assuming
he's going to start this year, or?
I believe so. I believe it's
that's good. That's good. I think the Commanders need that
because Heineke is no longer a Commander. So I hope San Fran throws lefties out there in relief. Phillies bats hits them better. Phillies first 5 money line. I like the first 5 under. I kind of like the White Sox tonight. Who are the White Sox against again? Did we go over them?
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
Seattle run line.
The season is a game of runs. Maybe D-backs get back into it. First 5 money line. I like that. I took the White Sox today. There you go. Who will have the worst NFL record this season? Which team? That's an interesting question.
I'll give you 2 of them that I would. You know what? Here's going to be your bottom 3 teams in the NFL this year. Here are the teams that are going to fight for the number 1 overall seed. And you're not going to like the first one, Nick. The Indianapolis Colts are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals, easy. The New England Patriots.
No, I still think the Patriots win 8 games this year. I'll agree with the Arizona pick. I would throw Carolina in the mix. The only thing keeping them there is
I see Grand putting in Houston and Carolina. The only reason why I'm not putting them in there is look at their division. Yeah, Carolina can easily win 4 games in their division this year. Houston could easily win 4 games in their division this year.
Fair.
Because you never know. But that's why I didn't choose Houston or Carolina is because of their division. I choose New England because look at their division. They could easily go 1-5 in their division with the Jets, Miami, and Buffalo. Easily can do that. You look at the Colts. Okay, fine. Colts are in the same spot as the Texans. But Colts, that's going to be a tricky one. And then Arizona is Arizona. And I think Vegas is probably going to be awful as well.
I'm not a huge fan of Vegas. I don't know if I want to approach that week 1 game against Denver, but yeah. Houston or Carolina, Colts, yes. Commanders. I could see the Commanders down there as well. Reds money line, yes, and then more soccer.
Over in the Arsenal game, yes. I got the over in the Arsenal game too.
The Raiders, Joe Kryptonite says there. Cardinals, yes. Colts, yes. Cards' worst record, I could see it.
Yes.
Carolina.
The only reason why I say no to Carolina is their division. Buccaneers, no.
Because of the division.
I like the Buccaneers this year.
Their defense is going to be good. Their offense
is going to be good, and Baker's got the offense. I think Tampa Bay is going to be a surprise.
Fair.
Because I think everybody's saying, oh, Atlanta this. Oh, New Orleans that. Carolina could. I want to take a shot with Tampa Bay to win the division.
Oh, wow. I don't have them that good, yeah. Rams got Cardinals got the Rams, Niners, and Seattle to go 0-6 on the division.
It could very well do that.
Commanders by 1-13 tonight. That's not bad.
With a handbag.
Yeah. Tampa wins like 13 or 3 games maybe. Hell not, Sam.
They could win 4 games in the division.
Yeah. But that is everything for today's slate, which means it is time for
housekeeping.
There is not going to be a Instagram pod for today. I didn't make one, and I don't think there's anything that's that strong enough to make a Instagram pod. I will say I'm super excited.
Commanders. Commanders, Instagram pod of the day, Commanders.
I could do I'll do a NFL free pick or something like that, and I'll do the soccer one as well. I'll put those 2 out, but I don't have one that's strong enough. But I put the TikTok and the Instagram in the TikTok and Instagram are in the chat. Go ahead, check those out. Make sure you guys are following all those. We're really gonna have a lot of content. And then I also want to preface this right above my head. You guys can become a member of the Earle Sports Bets YouTube channel. It's $4.99 a month. It's kind of like a Twitch subscription. And come football season, I think on Friday nights, me and Nick will sit down, do a video giving out the entire college football and NFL football, and then one college basketball season comes along, the entire college. We'll probably have the college basketball card on a member-only video every single day as well. So if you guys are interested in that, $4.99 a month. You guys can become a member on the YouTube channel. I figured I'd throw that one out as well. We're going to really start putting out some content on that coming out soon for football season.
Yep. But
we're not going to be talking college football in the shows or college basketball in the shows. So
yeah, but we'll recap today. Not a huge card for me because I got to bounce here in a second. San Fran, Philly first 5 under 4.5. Chicago, Detroit over 9. The Mets team total over 4.5. The Astros team total over 4.5. The full game over 9. Reds first 5 plus 115. Royals first 5 plus 120. Diamondbacks first 5 plus 125. And I also like the Commanders tonight as well.
There you go. You can head out if you need to. I like the Giants over in the Mets game. I kind of lean. No, I can't really lean Mets. Seattle run line. I'm small. There we go. I like the Red Sox tonight. I like the Reds, the A's, and the D-backs. That's going to do it for this edition. Hold on, we got to be smoking dirt. Tampa not winning week 1. They could. They could win. I mean, they'll cover. Tampa's going to beat Minnesota week 1. Watch. I could see it. I'm not. The thing is, Minnesota plays a lot of one-score games, so I think Tampa Bay covers at 6.5. Morning, everybody. Good morning, Midnight Munchie. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow for another one. Peace out, guys.